Welcome to Day2Day Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Butterfield. Day2Day Podcast is a podcast regarding your daily depression. Welcome to episode 3. I have another special guest, one of my good friends, Roberto Duran. Roberto, how you doing today?
Good. How you guys?
Roberto, can you just introduce yourself for me, please?
I'm Roberto Duran. I am a dad, and I'm in sales.
Okay. What do you do with sales?
I sell lighting, horticulture lighting to the cannabis industry. Basically, anybody who grows anything.
Okay. Cool. How's your day going?
Good.
All right, so let's get straight into it. All right, so obviously you know this is a podcast about depression. When did your depression start?
Notably, probably pretty young, probably about 14, 15 maybe.
14 to 15. Did you realize you were depressed at that time?
No. I'm only indicating that now because that's probably when I started doing drugs and fucking up.
Okay. When did you actually notice that you were depressed? So why you choose at 14 to 15? When did you realize you were depressed at 14 to 15?
Shortly after, when I moved to Colorado, I moved when I was late 16, turning 17, about a year later.
Mm-hmm.
I tried. I just needed to get out. You know, you just kind of look around and you feel the walls closing, and then when I bounced, I realized I was fucking depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't know what depression is. You hear about it, but you can't
Put it together.
It's not tangible. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You can't. It's not a Rubik's cube that you. Oh, look, there's the green side or whatever. It's just a feeling, and it's fucked up, and sometimes it doesn't go away.
Got it. Okay, so right now, to this day, how old are you?
38, about to be 39.
Okay. As a 38 to 39-year-old, do you feel you're depressed to this day?
I feel I could say that I'm depressed. Yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
I lack happiness. I'm
Okay.
not happy all the time. I mean, I don't know what. I think I've been depressed for a long time, and you just kind of adapt to it, and it turns into everyday life. And then when you see something that's not depressing, you realize how depressing your life is, I guess you can say.
And you said you're just not happy, or you don't feel happiness. What do you feel that you're missing?
I don't know. I don't know. I've always worked for shit that I don't even know if that's what I'm supposed to be working for. But I work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I put everything into it, whether it be music, whether it be a job, whether it be a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I work at it. And the thing is, I don't know what... People have goals, and people look at their life, and they're like, I'm destined to be this shit, and I'm destined to do this. And I never did that.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. When I came out here, you gave me a direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I probably wouldn't have had one.
And
Your words to me were, Bert, you can be the man at Alphenbar, or you can be the man in California. What do you want to do?
And just so people know, can you explain to them like the setting of that? Or
We were doing music. I was just moving out here. I needed to get the fuck out of
Where'd you
town.
move from?
From El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
Needed to get out. Bad situation. Heavily into drugs. Bad breakup. So on and so forth. Just needed to get out. Rolled out. Found a job. Made some friends. Got drunk. We spit and freestyled one day, and then you had this bright idea of coming up with this group.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that stems from.
Okay.
We were going to be doing music, so on and so forth. And then having a drunken conversation one night, I was letting you know how simple and basic I would like it. And you were like, you know what, dude, you're fucking up. You have all this talent. You're supposed to do this with it. Do you want to be the man here at this restaurant? Or do you want to be the man in California? Were your words to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time that I had ever really had anybody see some shit that they would like to invest in me. You know what I mean? And not even like on the, you changed my life, but
No,
I'd never seen that. You know, my direction was always, we got to eat, we need to make some cheese.
Got
You
it.
know what I mean? And then when you brought this upon it, it wasn't work. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was. Long story short, it was something new to me that I pursued hard. You know what I mean? But that's what the thing is that I don't know what. I've never felt like I'm supposed to do something. Okay. Even when I was doing that, I just liked it. I was good at it, and I felt that it was therapeutic for me, so I just continued it, and it was fun. You know, it was fun, and not only that, but it gave me a sense of something to do, and almost an identity for myself. All along the time, though, like I'm supposed to be growing up. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be turning into an adult and doing some shit and so on and so forth.
Time is passing by.
Yeah. But, you know, I just was working at a craft. I never have really had a direction for myself. Now that I'm a father and so on and so forth, like, I feel very behind, if you will. And that's when I think it starts to set in. And the reality of
set it in regards to what
I
goals,
guess the depression, like when you start to see it, like when it starts to like, holy fuck, dude, you're a mess. You know what I'm saying? You're a mess, and then you bring in this beautiful life into this world that's innocent and has all this fucking shit that you've seen before, like, you know, in yourself, and it's crazy. You know, because it reminds you of the innocence that you once had, that you didn't realize or don't even know how far it's gone. You know, and you're just in this swamp of shit trying to.
You always, it feels like where did it go and what age did it go away?
And you don't know.
It just disappears.
You don't know, but it's tripped out to see it in him. Like, you're like, holy fuck, this guy's. I was a silly little motherfucker just like this. You go, boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so I advocate his happiness and shit. And that's when I started to realize, like, yo, you need to be happy. If you want this fool to be fucking the man, I mean, dude, I used to be great with people. You know, I used to be able to talk to people. I used to, even if I didn't like people, I could fit in, have a conversation with them. And then at the end of the day, still tell them they're a piece of shit and to have a nice day. And they wouldn't even be mad at me. Like, and I don't even try that anymore. You know, I've lost a lot of it, and I feel a lot of it has to do with that depression shit, and I don't know where it went.
How dark has your depression been?
Dark. I mean dark, like where I've done a lot of drugs, and I know that I have this high tolerance, so I've always pushed that envelope. So I guess that's how dark it's gotten. Is pushing that envelope to see if I don't wake up. Or to see if my heart pops, or to see, you know, whatever the fuck. You know, then there's a lot of shit that I haven't done because I was scared of it. You know what I mean? So I know that I didn't want to die.
Of course.
Obviously, because if that was the case, I would have just fucking done it. But at the same time, when you're, you know, in that fucked up darkness, like, you want to see how dark you can get. You're already there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're, like, the thing with me is when I'm with that light shit, dude, I'm with that light shit. I'm a glowing halo of fun and joy in life. You know, I can bring that shit. But when I'm dark, I feel that I am way more comfortable in the dark than I am. And when you're in the dark, you ain't afraid of the dark.
Now, so question. Earlier you stated that, or we had the conversation based on that lightness, the happiness of a kid, and we were talking and it just disappeared, right?
No.
So based on that, when did you start walking in the dark and feeling like you're in this dark place, and when did you start getting comfortable with it?
I don't know when I got comfortable with it. I can't even say if I'm comfortable with it. I just know that I adapt very well with it, and I maneuver well in it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm comfortable with it. It looks like I am, and at some point maybe I am. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be. When? Very early, a long time ago. When you induce a lot of shit to yourself, like when you do a lot of shit to yourself, and there's no need for it, you want to tell yourself that there's a need for it. So you kind of turn to the darkest corner that you have to make sure that the sin that you're doing is validated.
Got it.
You know what I mean? So for me, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was just making sure that I had a validation.
Can you give one story of your worst depression moments? It doesn't have to be the worst. Just an example of one of your worst moments that you...
Fuck, dude. There's so many.
Where it really kind of fucked you up.
Okay, my uncle passed when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And he was murdered by my other uncle. And I went... This was in 90... This is a long-ass time ago. It was like 97 or 96. So I probably went about 10 years where I never had an episode or anything like that.
Episode in regards to depression or...
Well, yeah, or just... Because, I mean, there was some pretty vile shit.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean?
Stuff to...
Not only that, like me and a couple of my cousins, Sonia and Orly, we went back to the crib to try to mend the crib. Like, we were going to go clean up the crib. And when we went there, bro, there was like... My uncle's blood was all over the place. And it was still fresh and you could still smell it. And it was just a very evil... It was nowhere for me to have been.
Exactly.
You know, my intention was something else, and when I walked into something I wasn't ready for. That changed the way I ever thought about anything else. The reason why is because a brother did that to another brother. Close.
Yeah.
They were close people, you know, and it just lets you know that anger, depression, all that vile shit can take over, and it doesn't even really matter how strong. Like, I've heard that saying, like, you know, love conquers all and so on and so forth, but I've seen hate do it too.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's scary because I've seen that more than I've seen love conquer all. So...
It's an evil world, man.
And what's fucked up is that people are numb to it now. Like, it's normal.
Yeah.
That's what's sad about the whole thing. I don't know, bro. I can't really give you a date when. It was in my teens for sure. I want to say right before I took off to Colorado, maybe a little bit after. But what made me depressed is, like, we're given this life, right? And you're supposed to do whatever the fuck you're supposed to do with it. And, you know, my parents really never had a choice to do shit other than just fucking raise us and be parents and work and shit. And I didn't realize that until mad later. Like, I don't know, decades later. And then when I did realize that, I realized the caliber of people that my parents were, and I took out the title of parents and just looked at my parents as people, and I realized how good of people my parents are. And then it made me even realize how much more of a piece of shit I was for treating them the way that they were treated by me. My parents are good people. You know what I mean? And I was a handful. I was a fucking piece of shit, basically. And they had no parenting skills, you know? Like, I mean, who does? Who the fuck does? Who knows how to be a fucking parent? And then when you have a piece of shit kid, and I'll be the first one to say I was a piece of shit kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what triggered it, I don't know. What did it, who knows, you know? But I know that it was done. I know that there's a lot of things that happened, but story-wise, that's probably the worst one that I can think of, is just seeing that, and then about 10 years later, just realizing what happened.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I thought I had realized it. I mean, I put him in the ground, we carried him, and I cried, and the casket was open. I put some poker chips in his pocket because, you know, we were always at the casino and shit, and cried, and I thought that was it. And then, like, 10 years later, I just woke up bitter as fuck.
Yeah.
Like not even mad. Just, like, fuck you.
Yeah. No, I got that. Wow. It's a tough story. What have you done to fix your depression?
I don't think I've done anything. Honestly, I should. You know, there's a lot of elements that I could fix with me, like health and mentee, like psyche and so on and so forth. But I don't honestly on the up and up, I don't think I've done much.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
I've realized that I've had it.
Mm.
I know when I'm in it now. You know what I mean? And I know how long I've been in it now. I don't know how long I've been in it, but I know that I've been in it for a long time.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm doing much for it. I used to write a lot, so on and so forth. I would be able to say, oh, well, I write, but I don't know. I'm not even doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not even doing that. I'm just trying to be a dad right now.
Okay. So,
But at the same time, like, you know, I'm with my kid, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm a good dad. And then I drop him and I leave him, and then, like, oh, my life sucks. Type shit. So it's not like I'm really doing much. So to answer your question, fuck, dude, nothing.
Does that? But you being around your son, does that help create positive energy?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So in a sense, that helps.
He's therapeutic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, growing up, we were always into drugs. You know what I mean? I was in a couple of relationships and so on and so forth, but like nothing that was ever like, oh, this is it. I'm in a relationship, you know what I mean? And this relationship spawned from a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And it could have been dissolved a long time ago, but when you get older, you realize who your support system is and where it comes from, and who's the strongest one.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the strongest one.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had anybody stronger of the support system than this one. And she wasn't about it.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't trying to be this little couple and all this other shit. She was trying to
cutesy stuff.
Nah, it was all about this backdoor visit type shit, you know, and that's what it was. And like that fucks with you, especially when you have respect for someone. Like, you know, when you're in that dark, smutty shit, like those rules don't exist, so it's easy for you to in and out and bounce and no worries. But when you're fucking with somebody that you have this level of respect for, it's very, it's awkward.
Okay.
Even if they want to go down that road, because they're not that person. You know what I'm saying? So, and even if they are, I didn't see it. I don't see it. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to initiate it or advocate for it. So the last 10 years, I say that I've been working on this relationship. And working with this relationship makes me work on myself. So, if anything, that's what I've done.
Okay.
To help is realize that I'm not the only fucking person in this world, and at the end of the day, like, I'm not the easiest person to be around, and I'm not the easiest person to live with. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be a dick. You know what I mean? I just am. You know, I'm not trying to be
naturally.
Yeah, you know, and some people embrace it, and some people take it, and some people don't. You know, and I don't ever want her to ever feel that she doesn't want to. You know what I mean? So I've worked on that, and me having to work on that has had me to work on myself. But not even thinking about the whole depression thing. It was just thinking about this teamwork thing. You know, you don't want to. I'm big on teamwork. You know, I like to work by myself, and I excel when I work by myself. But if I'm in a team, I'm big on teamwork, and I feel that I'm a really good team player.
So, question: Once you do that, right, and you guys complete a goal as a team because you guys are doing teamwork, that doesn't help out and make you feel good. Does that bring positive energy to you?
It does. I just don't look at it like me working at my depression. You know what I'm saying? Like, if like you ask me, am I working on my depression? No, because I know people who are.
Gotcha.
I know people who have admitted the fact I'm depressed. I'm fucked up. I have issues, and they go see people. They stop drinking. They stop. I have it. You know, I have it. I don't drink excessively. You know, and I'm afraid to be drunk around my kid. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm stoned all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But that's been since I was 13. So for me not to be stoned is me more stoned. You know what I'm
That
saying?
makes
So,
sense.
but no, man, I don't think I'm working at anything at all. Like, I'm very unhealthy. I'm probably one of the most unhealthy that I've been in my life. Me working out could have been a step. I could have been like, yeah, well, you know, I'm going to the gym, but I'm not. You know, at work, I'm slacking. I can be fucking killing it, but I'm not. You know, I'm just sliding by. It's just, I'm mentally fucked. Like, not like fucked, but just a lot in my head that I just like.
But it sounds like you know these things, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is that good?
You know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Right,
I mean, or at least I have an idea, or at least I know that there is something going on. Maybe I might not know what's going on, but I know that something is going on.
So, do you want to work on your depression?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, I mean, what steps do you feel you could take? Just slow baby steps to fix.
This is a good step.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just admitting it, talking about it. I mean, that's a good step. I don't know, man. I think that I need to grab my balls and fucking do something about it. Either I don't even write no more, you know. And I think for a long time that was very therapeutic for me. Even if I were to talk to somebody, I can at least reread some shit. Mm-hmm. Or I can at least listen to some shit that I wrote, you know?
Absolutely.
And I'm not even doing that. Like, every now and then I'll still listen to my shit. Mm-hmm. And it'll be on that same type of tip. Like, let's listen to this joint.
Got it.
Type shit. And it's, you know, yep, I was right. Okay, good. You know, and then I'll feel better about it. But, to take my thoughts, my heart, my pen, and my pad, I haven't done that shit. A good minute.
Nah, I hear you. All right, so, I don't know, man. It feels like you know where you're at. You know what you need to do. And by no means am I no fucking therapist. I just know with me individually, like one of my vices is drinking. You know what I mean? I got to slow that shit down. I'm never going to say I'm going to stop. Not right now. But definitely got to slow that down. Working out has helped for me. This is just what, you know, going
steps.
Yeah.
Steps used to.
Running.
You know what I do need to stop doing? I need to stop being a fucking hater, is what I need to stop doing. Because I've never really been that. And like the last couple of years, that's all I am. Mm-hmm. I can't stand it. Mm-hmm. I can't stand it, and I can't stand other people that pretend, whatever the fuck. At the end of the day, all I know is that I'm a fucking hater for the last few fucking years. Don't know where it stems from, but at the same time, it's there. You know what I mean?
Like, and you're hating on everything? Like, literally everything? Like, you get a plate of food from a restaurant.
The thing with me is that I used to be, and I like to say that I've always been very good at fucking beef. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I don't even just mean like beef. I just mean like talking shit, you know, and calling somebody out on their shit. Mm-hmm. And I don't do that anymore. No,
you just hate.
I just shut the fuck up and I just hate on the phone. You know, because I'm beat, dude. I'm, you know, as burnt as they are, is as burnt as I've been. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm just tired. Like I used to think that my words meant shit to people. You know what I'm saying? And I've been taught that they don't. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I see the same shit that I've seen for years and years on end, walk in the fucking door, swinging their fucking dick, acting like, you know, and before I even fucking say anything, like, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Yeah. It doesn't even matter because they're going to stay that fucking asshole. You know, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? They're probably the fucking man in their world, but in mine, they're a big piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that person. Plain and simple. Right?
I get it, man. I mean, that is a good step to admit that you're a fucking hater.
Fucking haters.
God, dog. No, that's good. I mean, at least you know. Like I said, one thing is realizing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once you realize, you can take the next steps after, man. Anyway, so why do you feel, even though you said you had it for a while, how often, like, does it hit you?
It hits me often.
What's often, though? Is often every day? Is often
I wouldn't say every day. I'd say once a week, maybe.
Okay. And then you just get in like a mood. What happens?
I get very negative. I get very we should be. I'm hard on myself.
So are you verbally saying things to your companion?
No, if it's brought up, I'll say stuff. But she's very good at leaving me the fuck alone, and that's what's fucked up is that there's no reason for me. Like the situation, like right now we have a really fucked up living situation, and it's not even that fucked up. I'm very lucky to have a living situation for me and my family. But fuck, bro, I'm about to be 39 years old, and I'm living at my girl's aunt's house. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason that we're doing that is because we jumped the gun. We were living in Texas and came back to Cali at the worst fucking time. You know what I'm saying? And I've just been trying to catch up since, and that's been 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just, minimal. But that's the big beef with it, is that we don't have our own... Bro, we've lived by ourselves for, like, the past 10 years. Yeah. And then we're fucking living with her aunt and some douchey fucking boyfriend roommate that she has. Like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that fucking ignites my depression real fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I've let us down. Like I've had goals to get us fucking whatever, dude. Like at the end of the day, we're not where we're supposed to be, and that makes me depressed.
Okay. But but you're working towards something, because obviously you're working, and I know what you're doing. You know what I mean, in regards to your work field. So it sounds like you have something going.
Yeah.
So
we're just not there yet.
No.
But still, like you're asking, I'm saying. Like,
like
when, that's when. Why, that's why.
Yeah. No, I got you. Everything is baby steps, man. There's, and I'm not trying to be PD positivity.
No. And I feel you, but like I feel that's what really fucking ignites it. You know what I'm saying? Like this morning, like we're having a fucking beautiful morning. Me, my kid, my girl. My kid wakes up. Me and my chick, we're fucking chilling.
Fucking birds are singing outside.
Chilling. Breakfast. I'm over here making breakfast. Bomb ass little omelet, bacon, asparagus. Fire. You know what I mean?
Paper boy throwing papers.
Yup. Fucking tweet. On my doorstep, the whole fucking night, bro. Making my kid breakfast, hand my kid's breakfast. She starts to feed him, and then my girl's aunt's boyfriend, who's like this fucking old ass piece of shit who don't do shit, just walks up and just starts fucking making his breakfast, like while we're all up in the kitchen doing our shit, like, and it sounds like, oh, this fool's fucking bitching, but no, dude, I'm not used to that. I'm used to me and my girl fucking having breakfast in our underwear, like we're not used to having, dude. And then, and on top of that, he's not a good person. Like he's what you call a piece of shit, and he's the type of person that you want to fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And just his presence alone, and like that just set it the fuck off.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because we had a really nice morning, and she was still trying to be positive, and my kid was all laughy, cute, fucking the man and shit, and I just was like, fuck. I started looking at cribs, like, fucking, where we at? Have you talked to the fucking lady? Well, what's up with the, dude, like, I just hate being like that.
No, I got you. I got you. It just, to me, it just sounds like you're in a bad situation right now. Actually, you're not in a super bad situation, but you just want to get out of your living situation, which makes sense. You know what I mean? It makes sense 1,000%. So, I think once you get out of that living situation and get your own space, that'll be like fucking that monkey's off your back.
Right?
You'll be able to breathe again. And then you just got to deal with your other aspects of depression.
You know
what I mean?
But that's just a big umbrella right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and who don't have other aspects? You know what I'm saying? I got mad aspects of it. But right now, I just, these people deserve better. My son and my girl, they deserve better, and I feel like, and I'm not trying to be all fucking, it's my job, but it is, It is my fucking job. Like, it is my fucking job to do this shit. Like, You know, oh, she can work too. Yeah, and she does, yo. You know, but it's still my fucking job. Like, you know, like fucking. I'm not trying to take away anything from her, dude. But that's not her job.
No.
Her job is to be my kid's mom and to make sure that he's a loving kid and so on and so forth. And my job is to provide, you know, like, you know. And I'm not to take anything away from her, but that's not her job. Like,
Yeah,
you know, that's
not.
not. I want her job to focus on like.
You want to be the man.
Not even that. The other day she told me like this, like I was bringing something up about something simple, like putting my kid down, like, well, don't do that, blah blah blah, some shit. And then she was like, okay, well, you gotta understand, you're with him more than me. Dude, I'm with my son 2 days a week.
Yeah.
I ain't with him for shit.
Mm-hmm.
When she said that to me, I was like, what the fuck? I thought you were with him. Like, what do you mean? And then I thought about it, and no, she's right. She's with him 1 day a week.
Because of work. And
yeah, because of work. And then, like, you know, she needs to take, whatever. It's all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, and that broke my heart. You know, that broke.
You didn't even realize.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I really did. Because he's all about his mom, yo.
Yeah.
But he loves me. Like,
of course,
he listens to me. Like, you know, like, we have a routine. Like, when it's time to go to sleep, like, fuck what you're going through. It's time for bed. Shut the fuck up. Come on, let's go to bed. Who loves you? Shut up. Okay, good. You know, and she'll be like, and I didn't realize that. You know, and that's where I feel like, fuck, I'm fucking up. You know, like, she needs to be there with him, dude. Like, that's why it's not her job.
No, I got you.
You know, that's why it's not. Because, dude, like, at the end of the day, bro, like, I'm fortunate to have both of my parents. You know what I'm saying? And I love my mom and I love my father, but my mom was there for a lot of it. My dad showed me how to be a man. Yeah. You know, but my mom showed me how to be a good person. You know, my mom showed me how to love and forgive. And my dad showed me how not to trust a motherfucker. And, you know, how to watch my mouth around certain people and shit. Like, my mom showed me how to fucking be a good person. Like, and he needs that.
Yeah. I got you.
Because she's a good person. Like, you know, she's dope. She's a good mommy. She's, you know, all that shit. And the fact that I got more play with this fool than she does, I like that. And you know what's fucked up is that when she was pregnant and when we had this kid and he was on her titty all the fucking time, like, I was low-key jealous, yo. I was like, well, fuck, what am I doing here? Fuck this, I'm gonna get faded or whatever the fuck. I didn't, you know what I mean? But that was my and now it's like, dude, we'll be posted and he's like, mommy type shit. You know, like, he wants his mom and I realize now that I spend more time with him, and that makes me sad, yo, because I don't spend shit of time with him.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're spending.
Nah, and she says I spend more time, and it's true. Like, what she said was valid. Yeah. So, but I would really like for her to fucking, you know, be more involved.
It's just like the concept with work. You spend more time with the people at work than you do with your actual family. So.
You absolutely do. You know, and sometimes you're fucked and work with a bunch of assholes, and sometimes you have good people you work with. But at the end of the day, when she brought that to my attention, I was like, oh, we need to hurry up. You know, this is because, dude, he's already like, you're right. It's fast.
Yeah, it moves fast, man.
It's faster than what people tell you.
Yeah,
it is. You know, like, it's crazy. Just the only thing that's keeping him a baby right now is the fact that he still can't walk yet, and his gibberish. Once that goes,
it's just gonna move along.
There's no little baby no more.
Nah.
It's like this little dude. We have to fucking make sure he does. Dude.
I think it's better.
It's fucking work.
Nonetheless, we're gonna wrap up episode 3. Thank you for listening to episode 3. My name is Michael Butterfield with Day2Day Podcast. Thank you, Roberto Duran, for coming and talking. Once again, if you are in the mood or you're feeling like you're going to commit suicide or you're feeling deeply depressed, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-8255. Once again, that number is 1-800-273-8255. Once again, thank you for listening to Day2Day Podcast. Peace.
Dark. Very dark.